We are live. Yes, Dan Corder. Of course, Heritage Day is coming up next Monday, the 24th of September. And we're being encouraged this month to spend time celebrating and learning about the rich and vast cultural diversity that exists in South Africa. Now, unfortunately, this can get tricky because the recording of history and its documentation isn't always up to scratch. So, Dan Corder, the host of Good Hope FM's Breakfast Show, is on a mission to change all of that this month with his hashtag Hype Your Heritage campaign. And he's here joining us to explain more about this. It excites me, man. This really excites me. Heritage Month, one of my favorite months when we get to celebrate, as I said now, our cultural diversity and so much that is beautiful about our country. But tell me about Hype Your Heritage, where the idea came from and what it is that you want to do with it.
So my parents are academics, and they talk a lot about the fact that South Africa is one of the most beautifully diverse nations in the world. It's got the most languages, the most ethnic histories, the most diverse class, the most interesting culture, but so little of it ever gets written down, and that's a problem. When you Google things that are obvious to you about your experience of being South African or from a certain part of South Africa, there's so little information there. And the danger is that when people stop talking about something that mattered deeply to them in their past, or they die or they forget about it, that information gets lost.
That's true.
So Hype Your Heritage, we've partnered with Wikipedia South Africa, because Wikipedia has such a strong brand that when you Google anything, you look at the Wikipedia page first. Wikipedia South Africa is very weak. And also South Africa History Online, which is an organization which seeks to document a lot of South Africa's history and heritage. And we asked our listeners, what are the crucial, famous people, places, events, part of your history, your favorite Gatsby place, your favorite club, your favorite mosque, all the rest that you think should be documented? We found a ton that are documented very poorly, and now we're documenting them.
How do you, I mean, look, whoa. And that's just one part of it. Deciding on what is most important, because, I mean, obviously an enormous amount of work is going to have to go into this if we are to really document
hundreds
in complete form our history and our heritage that we celebrate. So how do you even decide what comes first?
So I'm sure this must be shocking to you, but when you look at people like Ashley Kriel, when you look at people like Mark Lottering, when you look at areas like Burkop, these are world-famous people and places and careers, and it's incredible to me that these weren't documented well enough. So what we did was we asked our listeners who are the most crucial to you, and then we looked at the people and the places and events that were called for the most, and then we went and found out which ones were really inadequately documented, and now we're interviewing tons of people. I was actually with Ashley Kriel's sister Michelle on Friday, talking about the incredible career of this iconic anti-apartheid struggle fighter who's got so little recording of his history online for people to learn about in future, and that's what we're doing.
Wow, dude, how much man-hours is this taking?
I am so tired. I have never, when I've come on Expresso before, been given makeup. But today I was given makeup because I needed a new face for new layers, because I'm spending all my time on this. My voice is not here because of the box, but also because, I mean, I was at Golden Dish on Thursday for 2 hours, at the Claremont Moscow for 2 hours. I've got Joe Barber this week, Vicky Sampson this week. I'm seeing Jeremy Veery and Mark Lottering. It's a lot, but I'm loving it. Because
tell me you're filming all of this and it's going to be produced into some crazy rad TV show one day.
Audio, video, we're planning a book, because this is really untold magical stories of iconic people in South Africa's heritage. And for some reason, no one's written them down before, and we're doing it.
And is this something that you're looking to obviously have happen on a national scale, not just Cape Town focused? It's about our heritage throughout South Africa.
Absolutely. So the tricky thing about South Africa is that it's so diverse that very many places feel different to many others. Don't know if you've ever been in Cape Town and gone anywhere else in South Africa and gone, oh, this is different. So we're spending a little bit of time doing the work in Cape Town, but in years to come, we're definitely going to move to different parts of the country. I've got a lot of dear friends of mine who live in rural Eastern Cape, and they've got endless stories to be told that deserve a national platform, that deserve massive organizations like SAHO and Wikipedia, that deserve organizations like the SABC and Good Hope FM. And this is the work that we should be doing, because our heritage is cherished and important. And as much as I love braais, Heritage Month should be more than one day of the month having a day off and having a braai. It should be about documenting and saving our heritage forever.
So if I am passionate about something, I, for instance, want to talk about where I come from, my people and the history behind them, and have a team help me research that so that it can be documented forever, so that future generations can also enjoy and read about it. How do I join you in hyping our heritage?
That's the most beautiful thing of this campaign, is that what people don't know is that Wikimedia South Africa, despite having the biggest brand for any kind of knowledge center online, is volunteer writers. You can go and write the story of yourself or your mother or your history or your culture or your career right now. you can document that for everybody, and you can call South Africa History Online right now, and you can provide the documents and materials to flesh out the lives of your biggest heroes. So the idea of this campaign is to show people, I'm a normal person. I'm not a historian. I'm a radio presenter who talks nonsense for a living. But I've like taken this upon myself to make it a project because I think it matters. And I'm trying to show as many listeners and normal everyday South Africans that you have the power to take an hour out of your afternoon to actually document and save your heritage, because otherwise it's going to disappear. But you have the power to stop that.
Dude, you are so rad. Do you know that?
I'm trying.
Gee whiz. Get on there, man. So listen, join Dan Corder in the hashtag Hype Your Heritage campaign this September, and let him inspire you. If he hasn't done so already, just go back to YouTube and rewatch this entire interview all over again, and help us to preserve our culture, our heritage, our rich history that is so beautiful. And of course, tune into the Good Up FM Breakfast Show with Dan Corder every weekday from 6 to 9 a.m. And you can find that station or at 94 to 97 megahertz. Dan, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Wow.